It is great fun to play the grumpy person, to play. I wouldn't say that Horace Vandergelder is a bad guy, because I don't think this show really has a bad guy, but he's certainly a foil to Dolly, and the two of them complement each other quite well. So I'm having a really good time being a grumpy old man as I age into these grumpy old man parts. It's been a lot of fun to play this part, and especially fun playing opposite my dear friend Pam.
Summertime and the living is easy. That's what the song says. But here in Howard County, summer theater is bold, dramatic, and very musical. We have a couple of guests from the show Hello, Dolly, and our co-host, Mo Dutterer, knows a lot about Hello, Dolly, and also these two guests. And he's going to introduce them to you right now. Judy will be on later with some tips on how you can have fun this summer down at the lakefront.
Well, we may be in trouble if Judy is going to be giving tips. However, the radio audience is ready for it, I'm sure, especially if you're having a rainy day up there in Maryland. Myself, I'm down here in South Carolina and have found out from being here 4 years now that salt water, sun, and a lot of golf do not do your singing voice very much good, but it sure is a lot of fun to be out in it. So the folks that we have with us right now are Pam Land, who is a much storied performer from Howard County, Maryland, and places beyond. And one of my former students that I met when he was just a little cherub, Mr. David Bittner, who was a Centennial High School student at one point in time. I think he stayed 4, 5, or 6 years, but we're really not sure, but we got him out of there. They are the stars in Howard County Summer Theater's summer show, Hello, Dolly. And I couldn't think of a better cast to be performing those roles. The one thing that I will tell the radio audience is that David Bittner has a full-grown mustache, and I thought I saw a picture of him with a mustache and a beard, but maybe I'm wrong on that one. How about it, David?
Well, I grew the beard so I could have the mustache, because epic mustaches like this aren't exactly the front and center when it comes to fashion these days. So I thought I would stealthily just grow in all my facial hair, and then as we headed into production week here, shave off the parts that were not appropriate for the 1890s, which is when Hello, Dolly takes place. So I wasn't aware that I was capable of growing such a epic mustache, but I have to say many of my male friends have expressed their envy at my ability to grow hair.
Well, you took your life in your own hands, because you might have ended up with only one cheek.
That's right.
That would have looked really great on stage, for sure. So Howard County Summer Theater, for those people that are younger than 15 out there that are listening to this, Howard County Summer Theater has been in existence since 1975, 48 years, and that may be, I'm not sure, 49 possible shows. However, we did take 2 years off for COVID, unfortunately, and they are back to it as of last year with Music Man, I believe, and then this year with Hello, Dolly, which is a classic. Pam Land, you are the perfect Dolly Levi. How did you get that role?
Well, you have to audition, Mr. Dutterer. That's how that works in all things theater. Truthfully, I haven't done anything on the stage. I directed many a show with my students, but I haven't performed in quite some time, and honestly didn't quite know if I had this in me still. Tom Sankey is an old friend, not just from summer theater, but from teaching and things like that. And we met for a little Dunkin' Donuts iced tea, and he said, "Oh, we're doing Hello, Dolly." And I went, interesting. Of course, he just drops it, and I went, "Oh, that's interesting." And of course, I'm driving away going, am I ready? What's going on? So it's been a little bit of, kind of getting the ship back on the water for me, but it's feeling really good. And then I will say that the first phone call I made when I thought I might audition was to my friend Dave Bittner, because you may not remember this, Mr. The last time they did Hello, Dolly in 1990, you were Horace and Connie was Dolly, and we were Cornelius and Mrs. Malloy. So there's a little bit of full circle coming around here, which has been really nice. That's been really fun. And it's just a fun group to be a part of.
I think maybe that was in 1999, perhaps.
Yes.
That's right. Yep.
Long time ago. But it was a good production, and I'm sure this one's going to be even better. Who is the director of this show?
Tom Sankey, who has
He's still around?
He's still around. Tom Sankey, and Cassie Matera did a bit of the choreography and was so pregnant. She has a 1-month-old. So about a month ago,
Wow.
there's another young woman who's been helping keep things together. And then Amanda Shergy, no longer Shergy. I'm forgetting her new last name, but Amanda choreographed a number and has come a couple of times. So Laura, her daughter, is technical directing. So it's a big family situation where you walk in the room and you're going to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. And Dave, not to implicate him, but this is his third Howard County Summer Theater Hello, Dolly, correct, Dave?
That's right. The first show that I did with Howard County Summer Theater was the summer I graduated from high school, 1987. And they were doing Hello, Dolly that summer. And I was one of the waiters. I was actually Sammy, who's the person who introduces Dolly and lets everyone know that she's coming to the restaurant. So yeah, my third time around doing Dolly and kind of making my way up the casting food chain there to playing Horace Vandergelder this time.
And I think that was the time I might have been Cornelius.
Yes, I think that's right.
Because of the age, it was sort of correct. I was maybe 5 or 6 years too old. I believe Cornelius is 33, perhaps.
Yep.
But it worked out really well, and we had a ball doing it. It's just such a fun show. But what most people out there don't realize, it is an absolutely huge show. Set-wise, costume-wise, makeup-wise, lighting-wise, and the average person, not even better than the average person theatrically, has no idea how much work is involved in directing and pulling the puppet strings to make the show come about. And I know you guys over the years, for decades, have seen that and done it yourselves and realized how much work. When we came down to South Carolina, people said, "Oh, you're going to start another theater group." I said, "Not on your life." It's an awful lot of work that people do not realize. So we have the choreographer, we have the directors there. Who is the musical director and the pit director now?
Kevin, last names are evading me. Kevin, who's the band director at Glenelg High School, is conducting with Miss Pam Goss at the keys. And a young woman named Sam, who is the vocal music teacher at one of the middle schools in Howard County. I'm terrible. I should have a list in front of me. I didn't do my homework. But she sort of did the vocal rehearsals. So yeah, and that's huge. Yeah.
Well, David, I have a question for you. What thinks you are grumpy enough and mean enough to be Horace Vandergelder?
Well, Mo, it's called acting, and something that you taught me from, as you mentioned at the outset, from when I was just a wee lad. It is great fun to play the grumpy person, to play. I wouldn't say that Horace Vandergelder is a bad guy, because I don't think this show really has a bad guy, but he's certainly a foil to Dolly, and the two of them complement each other quite well. So I'm having a really good time being a grumpy old man as I age into these grumpy old man parts. It's been a lot of fun to play this part, and especially fun playing opposite my dear friend Pam.
And I know it's probably an awful lot of fun I think the Dolly Levi line in the Harmonian Gardens is that she is going to flip your wings or cut your wings or something like that, correct?
That's right. I say, she says, "Let me cut your wings." And I say, "I don't want my wings cut." And what does she say, Pam?
No man does, Horace. No man does.
Oh, amen.
Hey, watch it. I love it. There's so many So many wonderful lines in the show, let alone some of the music. Pam, what are some of your favorite songs? Maybe not the biggest, but your favorite personally.
My favorite, I think, is Before the Parade Passes By, because it's certainly a very appropriate song, I think, for me at the stage in life I'm at. But I also enjoy doing So Long Dearie, because that's really the one time I have some great scenes with David as Horace, but that's where I really get to mess with him on stage. So we have some fun. And one of the beautiful things I think of summer theater is the friendships that all theater. I mean, I have students who have been friends for 30, 40 years, but from doing theater in high school together. But Dave and his wife, Alana, and my husband, Greg, and I, we have been social friends since 1998 when Dave and I did, was it Joseph we did together?
It was, that's right.
Yeah. And so we
That's right.
have been, we've watched our children grow up together, and yeah, we feel like family that we chose, really. So that's a really beautiful thing. And you talk about all this work that goes into it. And the thing that's so beautiful about community theater and high school theater, because you know I have a heart for that, is it's all volunteer hours. It's people, nobody's getting paid to do anything, and they create this beautiful art that comes from the heart for the community. So when people talk about ticket prices to community theater and high school theater, they have to know that's the only way, that's the money is going back into the productions to support the organization. So
yes, it's truly a labor of love. That is absolutely for sure. And I absolutely love that you see the love. And that's so important, you know, as a director, because we've all directed in some form. And that's what we teach cast, is that when they get along, then that is amplified to the audience. And that's the heart of Howard County Summer Theater, because it is such a family friend operation. And Mo, I met you in what year was Sugar? What year did we do Sugar together?
1976, year number 2.
Oh my
You started
goodness. So
in
that's how far I go back with Mo on that one too. So super exciting. And please, just like Pam said, support community theater, because it is fully funded by their hearts, without a doubt. Let's swing over just to the lakefront for a minute. We'll come back and ask a couple questions about your personal lives, Pam and Dave, what you do off stage. So I'm excited that Danica Reens has joined us today. She is the Senior Manager of Media Relations and Communications. That's such an important title. Wow.
It is long as well. We're trying to get it shortened over here, simplifying.
And she's connected to theater through her sister that also worked at Howard County Summer Theater and was a student of mine long ago as well. Columbia Association is just making it happen this summer. And as a Columbian that's been here forever and isn't going anywhere, I'm super excited about all that you all have brought back. So why don't you talk to us a little bit about what's happening down there at the lakefront, dancing, film, everything good?
You bet. So we are so proud to bring back what we have been calling for the last couple of years, Lakefront Live. So this is a combination of all of your longtime favorites like Movies with Mr. B and Dancing Under the People Tree, along with some new additions, one of which is a very important and what has become an amazing partnership with Columbia Festival of the Arts in bringing some amazing headliners to our stage. And really the goal of that is twofold. Number one, to bring some really amazing acts to the lakefront stage and make sure that they have a wonderful experience in Columbia and downtown Columbia in particular, as we all do. And also to really highlight and reflect back our diverse community with some really wonderfully diverse and world-renowned music acts. This year, we have already had 2 of those headliners. We were happy to celebrate Columbia's 56th birthday ahead of Columbia Festival of the Arts Lake Fest. And then that weekend kicked off, which was just a wonderful weekend. And now we're looking forward to the 4th of July, which is going to be absolutely incredible. That's going to headline a gentleman by the name of Sugar Ray Rayford, really amazing performer, but also has an amazing story. He is a veteran of the Marines And actually, when he got out of the Marines, he really found solace in music. He had really never picked it up before, and it helped him through his PTSD. And he is very vocal about that. So lucky and pleased to have him join us for the 4th to celebrate that. And then we have hometown gal Vanessa Collier coming later in July. She was at the 4th last year. She is absolutely incredible, I can attest to, and we are so thrilled to have her back as well. So you can check out the whole schedule at lakefrontlive.org. But again, it's really about not only making sure people feel welcome at the lakefront, but really feel a sense of belonging down there as well.
What about the dancing under the people tree? So I know it's switched around a little bit. So tell us how you show up and dance.
And you know this, Judy's really just kind of, she could probably explain it even better than me. She's a longtime dancing gal. So really what happens is before some of our movie showcases, our screenings, we invite the entire community to come down to the people tree. And if you don't know what that is, that's that really tall sculpture right on the lakefront there with all of the, people holding hands together. And it's truly a reflection and a symbol of our community and the unity that we hope everybody feels, particularly in that space. And so we have some of our wonderful fitness instructors come down there and do some dancing with everybody, some guided dances, and it really attracts folks of all ages, and it's really fun to see everybody come together like that.
But you did such a better explanation on that as you expressed it through community. So for sure, though, it is show up and dance. So on Friday, I think it's pretty much on Friday nights for the rest of the summer, isn't it, Danica, at 7 o'clock?
That's true. I would encourage everybody, just because we have elongated the season. So there are some movie nights that happen to be on Saturdays because we're replacing some concerts. I don't want to get into the nitty gritty, but most of them are on Friday evenings before that movie. But go ahead and check out, there's a printable version of the schedule as well, if that's easier for you, over at lakefrontlive.org. Please check before you go down there. I don't want to mislead anybody.
Exactly. And of course, it's weather permitting because it's outside, but it
100%.
Really is. Yeah, there's an instructor on a very tiny stage. The music comes on and you'll just start dancing. So it's just a blast. And like she said, that's right before the movies. And here's an old veteran Colombian, Mr. B. Okay. And I think everybody just about knows Tom Brzezinski. And he is, of course, we're all nodding, and he is still showing us films there. And so I really want to thank Robert Neil Marshall, Maria Dave Simmons, everybody that was connected with the Columbia Arts Festival this weekend. It truly took me back to the good old days of Columbia, and it's just absolutely wonderful. Great vendors. Speaking of dancing, I was dancing for an hour and a half in the grass on Sunday for the celebration of Juneteenth. I mean, it was just a jam. So big shout out and gratitude to Columbia Association for bringing it all back here. And that's what we're here for. So Danica, thanks for all the work that you're doing.
Well, thank you guys
for to hold it together.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you guys for coming. And Judy, just to kind of echo what you said, I mean, that's what it's really all about, right? We've heard multiple people tell us that it feels like old school Columbia. And I think what they mean by that is just everybody coming together in that space, and that space being so important to the community. And it's really awesome to see. So we just thank everybody for coming out and encourage folks to give us feedback so they'll come out even more.
If you can't find something to do in Columbia, you can't find something to do. That's just all there is to it, so keep bringing it. And thank you so much.
You bet.
All right, now back to you, Mo. This is what I love about you, that you do so well. Why don't you get the real dirt on Pam and Dave now, okay? Let's find out what they're doing when they're not in rehearsals at Hello, Dolly.
Well, there's one problem with that, because if I have some on them, they've got twice as much on me.
Oh, we all have that. We're going to do a whole nother show on that another time.
I do want to go back to a question I asked Pam, that I also want to ask Dave, since I've been through it. What is your favorite moment, David, in Hello, Dolly?
Well, I think anyone who's seen the show or is even familiar with it knows that it is one of the great American musicals, and one of the great moments in all of Broadway theater is the Hello, Dolly song in this show. There's a reason why it's so well known and so iconic. And so we create that moment in the theater. And as you know, Mo, the character I play is on stage during that number, not in that number, but it's a real treat for me to be able to witness that number. And every night, as that number is being performed, I still get chills down my spine. The combination of the way the song is written, the way Pam sings it, the way the waiters perform it. It's just one of those magical theater moments. Anyone who's enjoyed seeing it in the theater will never forget it. And I think our hope is that we're going to be able to share that with our audience. And based on the rehearsals we've had this week, I really think folks are in for a treat if they come out to see it.
That's absolutely great. I actually, knowing the male chauvinistic part, I was thinking you to say it takes a woman all powdered and pink to joyously clean out the drain in the sink.
Y'all didn't change those lyrics.
No, they're the same. They will be the same to forever.
Yeah.
But it's just such a wonderful show of an organization that started in 1975, and Tom Sankey really is the one that created the entire family feeling to Howard County Summer Theater by including in the show moms and dads and kids and relatives. And I mean, there are herds of people with the last name in that show. And it's a wonderful thing for Howard County to see. Howard County, to the public, Howard County is having a real problem right now, and that's finding rehearsal space. In the old days, we used to be able to go into Sankey's school, to my school, to wherever, and the custodians were there until 11 o'clock at night. We rehearsed till 9:30, 10 o'clock, clean up and vacate the premises. Nowadays, everything is being rented, and it's extremely difficult to get into the rehearsal space much more than 2 to 2.5 weeks before a show, when you've been rehearsing a show many times for 3 to 2.5 months. And then to put it in where you're going to perform is just a monumental task. So if anybody has some rehearsal space out there that's listening to this broadcast, give Howard County Summer Theater a call, and better yet, to see the quality of the theater production by going to see Hello, Dolly, which opens when and closes when?
We open this Friday, which is June 23rd. We have a show Friday and Saturday at 7, and then a Sunday matinee. And then the following week, we perform on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. So that would be June 29th and 30th and July 1st, all at 7.
Before the 4th of July.
Before the 4th of July.
Yeah,
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
That's
2 weekends
cool.
in a row. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mo, it's been pretty amazing what these I say gentlemen because it's predominantly gentlemen. Don't cancel me for gender bias, but have had to put this set together. They've done certain things off site, but bring it on. And in less than a week and a half, they've had to put it on the stage because of all the parameters and things around the use of school buildings. And I don't know that everybody knows that.
No.
And it used to be
They do now.
They used to be community buildings. I'm no longer a theater teacher or a resource teacher in the fine arts office, so I don't think I can get killed for that. But I do think we have to rethink who should be, how should these school buildings they're busy and they're wonderful, and we have great facilities and resources in Howard County, but how are they getting used? A theater should be used as a theater if somebody wants to use it as a theater. That's my 10 cents. And also, when you know that there's a school building where it's not being used and it's laying dormant, what's it harming to have a rehearsal there or that sort of thing?
Sure.
And I just want to circle back to Danica. I am in the Vanessa Collier business. She is a former student of mine. She went to River Hill, and she is amazing. I'm just so proud of her, so excited for her. And she is, oh my gosh, she has a golden heart, just like as shiny as that saxophone she plays. She's amazing. Yeah.
I'll chime in here, and I've had the good fortune of seeing her a couple of times, thanks to Pam inviting me to see her, and always an enjoyable evening. In fact, when I saw that she was on the schedule this summer down at the Lakefront, I have a couple of colleagues here at work who are professional musicians, and I reached out to them and said, hey, let's go down together and check out this show. I think it's something that you're really going to enjoy. The caliber of performance is just off the charts. So I'm looking forward to that one myself.
That's so great to hear.
The talent in Howard County is truly, truly amazing. And Mo, to your point, the offerings for stage space to match that is not equitable. And it's definitely something that hopefully we can work on, because we really do. I know that I was speaking to a couple gals yesterday in my tap class, and they said they never had such a hard time making it into shows anymore because the competition is tough. So thank you so much, Pam and Dave. I can't wait to see you both. I will be there on opening night for sure. And Mo, it's just always a thrill and chill to see you and for you to come back with us on Razzle Dazzle. Danica, thanks again, like I say, for all that you're doing. And I will tell you, I will give a quick shameless self-promotion that I've seen my picture on the Columbia Association website. My boyfriend and I did some work with them last year, and they chose our picture, so we're just walking around the lake or whatever, so that's kind of fun. So
They are some of our favorites, Judy. My whole team knows you now. Oh yeah.
Gosh.
Oh yeah. And just a quick plug too for the summer theater. I mean, my sister did it for a few years back in high school, and I even have fond memories. I'm hearing Joseph like echo in my ears. Thanks to that. So I don't know whether to thank you or curse you for having that in my head all day, but I digress.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, and also I do want to give one more quick shout out to something else going on that we always like to keep you abreast of, and that is Toby's Dinner Theater now doing Margaritaville, June 16th to August 20th. You don't want to miss that. It's followed by Sister Act. But please get down there to try to catch that. And as I've said before, if you can't find something to do in Columbia, you just can't. Now, if you're not going to Hello Dolly on Friday, as I am, you can go down to the college and you can see the Stoop Storytelling Group, which is a storytelling improv group. They're out of Baltimore. They're coming to Columbia, and they are great fun. And you can even find yourself on stage with them should you want to have a little cameo there. Carolyn, you have anything else to add?
I want to support Columbia Center for Theatrical Arts. They have a benefit August 7th to see Margaritaville at Toby's. So if you want to wait till then, or see it again. And rumor has it they're trying to get Jimmy Buffett to come over to one of the performances. We'll see.
I know that we've been hearing that. So yeah, we'll see if he turns up. Living across the street from Merriweather, when Jimmy Buffett comes, it's quite a gridlock here for me to get home. But either way, I love it. So thank you again, Pam, Dave, Danica. Mo had to scoot. Carolyn, always wonderful to be with you. Razzle Dazzle Radio. And so until next time, hey, get out there. There's so much to do. Friday night at Marriott's Ridge for Hello Dolly. Check out all the dates. It's for a couple more weekends. Marriott's Ridge High School.
Let's put on a show.
Connect with us. We are Dragon Digital Radio.